Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is showing us a signal that it could be bottoming out here as we are entering into extreme fear. I'll be explaining all of that and more in this video, so make sure you're watching all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the daily time frame. And of course, that is that bump and run reversal pattern that has already broken to the upside. And right now we are potentially in the retest phase of this pattern. So what Bitcoin needs to do now is basically bounce from this level, because right now we're still hanging around that support line, which, by the way, this line of support is now coming in at just underneath 46,000. And so once again, if Bitcoin can see a successful bounce from this support line right here and preferably break above this high just here, coming in at around 52,000, then at that stage, it's very likely that the recovery would already be beginning. But as of right now, while the Bitcoin price is still remaining at around these sort of levels, looking at 46 to 48,000, it's just a waiting game for now. And even if Bitcoin does not see a successful bounce here and we just continue on sideways, that is still not necessarily a bad thing for Bitcoin. It just means that the recovery back to the upside might take a little bit longer to play out. For example, in this Wyckoff accumulation here on the 12-hour Bitcoin chart. For anyone new to the channel, we have been talking about this for the last few days, so I would strongly recommend checking out my last 1 to 2 Bitcoin update videos that I posted over the past couple days to get yourself up to speed. But basically, all you need to know is this Wyckoff accumulation I've taken from the price action that we saw in the middle of this year during June and July in particular, which was the last time we played out Wyckoff accumulation, and obviously it played out very well over the next few months. And switching back to the current Bitcoin chart, you can see how similar this is. But personally, I would not be taking this as an exact prediction, more like a guideline of what we could expect moving forward. And by the way, this Wyckoff accumulation suggests that we could start the recovery sometime in the second half of January, leading into February. And as of right now, the Bitcoin price is exactly where it should be according to this Wyckoff accumulation. And just before we jump into some other important Bitcoin charts, I'll first talk about one of the major signals that Bitcoin is seeing right now that normally happens when the Bitcoin price is beginning to bottom out, and that is of course an uptrend in the daily RSI. In most cases, if the daily RSI is trending to the upside, it either means we are experiencing bullish price action or we're about to experience bullish price action. Once again, that is not necessarily 100% of the time, but the majority of the time, that's what that means. And of course, as you might already know, if we are also seeing lower lows in the Bitcoin price while the RSI is seeing higher lows, that is a bullish divergence, and that basically amplifies the bullishness, if you want to call it that, about this signal. We have seen the Bitcoin RSI on the daily time frame do this time and time again when Bitcoin is bottoming out, for example, at the end of September, also in the middle of this year, and even looking further back, we saw the same thing during September and October 2020. And what do all of these signals have in common? Well, if you look at the following price action over the next couple months or so, almost always we saw bullish price action coming after the RSI entered into a new uptrend on the daily time frame. So as I said earlier, with the Wyckoff accumulation, the recovery might not even start until a few weeks from now and as late as a couple months from now. But with that being said, we do have some of these signals, the Wyckoff accumulation, this daily uptrend in the RSI, starting to come together and help reveal to us that it's very likely we're going to see some more bullish price action within the next couple months or so. And of course, another signal that we normally see when Bitcoin is potentially bottoming out, and that is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index flipping into extreme fear. Now, it's important to mention that just because this is in extreme fear, that doesn't mean that today is the bottom. But what that has meant for Bitcoin in the past is it usually gives us a good time to accumulate Bitcoin. And we can see this through the chart visualization of this indicator. So this is the Bitcoin to US dollar chart on the daily time frame. And these green zones just here is the time periods where the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was sitting in extreme fear or very close to extreme fear. And that has been the case recently. That was also the case at the end of September and also during the middle of this year. The time before that, it was of course March 2020. And what do all of these time periods have in common? Well, they were all great time periods to accumulate Bitcoin and hold for the next couple months or so. It's important to mention that that is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what this indicator means and what it has done for Bitcoin in its past. And the subscribers on this channel would already know my Bitcoin strategy by now, which is right now just to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and hold that Bitcoin for at least the next few months. I was also letting you know that at the end of September and during the middle of 2021, and obviously you could see how that turned out over the next couple months or so. And now looking at the Bitcoin to US dollar chart on the weekly time frame with the 55-week simple moving average, I've picked this moving average because of two major reasons. First of all, that is a Fibonacci number, and of course Bitcoin likes to respect Fibonacci numbers, and on top of that, the Bitcoin price bottomed out at this moving average during June and July, so it is important that the Bitcoin price remains remains above this moving average, which by the way, this moving average is currently coming in at around 46,000. But considering the fact that it's a weekly moving average, we need to see a weekly candle close below the moving average in order to confirm a break below, which right now we have not seen. And the next weekly candle close happens in around a day from now. So as long as Bitcoin is above 46,000 at the end of this week, then we're still looking all right on the weekly time frame. It's only if Bitcoin sees a major weekly candle close below 46,000, that is when things could flip a little bit more bearish again, as we saw the last time Bitcoin broke below this moving average back in March 2020. But even in that case, yes, that was a bearish signal in the shorter term, but as always, Bitcoin still recovered over the next few months. But obviously, if the Bitcoin price just sees a successful bounce from this moving average here, then we would see the recovery a lot faster than if we broke below this moving average. That would basically just delay any sort of recovery. And if you want to get extra Bitcoin content and to stay up to date on the crypto markets at all times, make sure you follow me over on my Twitter, and the link to my Twitter is in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. If you enjoyed this video or got something valuable out of it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And for anyone new to the channel, before you click off, make sure you're checking out one of these uploads if you haven't already, because these videos can potentially help you make a lot more money in the crypto markets. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.